everybody.
You will record it.
So before you start, I just want to tell you, Haley is not well.
What's wrong?
She's in hospital. She's got an abscess or something on her shoulder. So she's in hospital. So just,
Something serious?
I don't know. They had to do under anesthetic today to drain it.
I don't know what happened. I can't see anybody. I just can hear you. What happened?
Can you see you?
No, I can't see. It's like.
But
At
we
the
can
bottom of
see
your
you.
screen.
We can see
I haven't
you.
got the expert
Let
Feli
me
here.
explain. So wait a second. If you look, wait, Harav, look at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
And there's a little picture of a video, and it'll say either stop or start video. You've got a line through your video camera.
Let's see.
It's on the bottom of your screen, on the bottom left-hand corner.
Just a minute.
There's a button that says mute, and then there's another one that says video.
Or you might see a plus sign or a minus
I
sign.
don't know. I saw you before. Let me see again and try again.
You know what, Harav? Hop
Yes,
off.
Wait. Oh, no, just a minute. Now I can see some.
Okay, then you're back.
No, but
Welcome back.
I just why share screen? What's that?
And thank you again for staying.
No, I don't understand what's going on. Participant.
Somebody is.
I can see your
In the background.
very.
It's the terrible thing that I cannot see because I haven't got. Just a minute. Oh, now coming a little bit, but still I can't see all. And then I have to, if I haven't got, what's the name?
Feli.
Then I'm in trouble.
No, you're not in trouble. Have a look at the bottom of your. Can you see some people?
There is nothing what they don't. them.
Wait. What have you got on your screen? What can you see?
I can see myself. I can see Benji and Felicia, Ruben, Braina, and Yula.
So you've got everybody. That's okay. You've got everybody.
Well, I want to see all.
If you go to the top, at the top of your right-hand side, it says view.
Maybe view.
Go to view and
Gallery,
then say gallery.
Gallery. Oh, Mazel Tov.
Well done.
I don't know. It's just Artekop. You know, it's Artekop.
Not at all.
Artekop. I have to take one of my grandchildren. They will be able to teach me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Well, yeah. First of all, I want to ask if everything went well for Pesach. I think we didn't speak for before Pesach. It's over 2 weeks or so. So Pesach was okay. You had your matzahs, you had your whatever Gerichten, the Pesach the Gerichten, what they used to say.
Neidlach.
Everything was, the supplies were okay.
Yes, please, won't you all unmute when you want to speak, please, folks.
Sorry? I can see you, Beverly. I can only half of your face.
Everybody's everybody's muted, so for them to talk, each person must just unmute.
Okay, They must unmute if they talk, נכון? Not me. They are the
Hang on,
telephone.
Reuven's not here. I'm
No,
gonna
he's
just,
there.
no, Reuven's not
Anyhow,
here.
if you've got what to say, then unmute and tell me. If not, we'll accept that everything all right. There is nothing what you have to tell me.
No, Reuben is here, but the I think the shops ordered a lot less in than they usually do.
Really?
Some items were very scarce,
Really?
and some items got sold out very quickly. But it's a shrinking community, so
Oh,
what
what
can
does it mean? Does it mean the suppliers didn't think that there is a request?
I think they said it's a shrinking community, so they ordered less.
Or the people were scared that they won't have enough food, so therefore they bought more. I don't know.
Probably
Anyhow,
a little bit of both.
as long
We
as
had even
everybody
less.
is okay.
We had
Yeah.
less in Cape Town, Reuven.
Okay, so let's talk about what we are going to learn. As it was suggested, I think, Reuven, you were the one, and I think you spoke on behalf of everybody about of Mishlei, Sefer Mishlei, Book of Mishlei.
Yeah.
I must tell you that actually it's quite the interesting thing, because I never ever learned properly this book. I know about it. So now, because of you, you gave me an opportunity that I have also to learn. So I'm going to share with you. It's going to be different kind of what we used to have before, because there is very little commentaries, especially in English. I don't know if you've got even the book Mishlei in English. I've got a translation of the old Bible, so we will talk about.
Ralph, can I just make a suggestion?
Sure.
There is
Just
a web.
let me see your old face when you talk me a suggestion.
Okay, so when there is a website called alhatorah.com, and there's a lot of explanations on there as well. So if people want to go up and have a look on alhatorah.com, and the other one is Faria. So I'll put it onto the group, and then you can see, and then you can
That's
pick
amazing.
it up
So
from there.
maybe we can now change the whole structure. You will prepare and teach me.
No.
You go through you've got the place. And tell me what, is that in English what you're talking about?
No, what we were saying is that if anybody hasn't got a copy of the book, they can look it up on Svaria or Alatorah.
But
And then,
this is in Hebrew.
no,
in
there's
English.
English as well. There's English translation,
And commentary?
also in English. So now, Harav, what we like about this is for Reuven and for, I think, Felicia a bit, and certainly Sam and I and Reuven, it goes back a long way where we can.
Okay, so give me again the address of the Alatorah.
Alatorah.com.
How do you spell it? A-L?
ALTORAH. Yeah, hang on a second. ALTORAH.com.
Okay.
And the other one is Sfaria.
How do you spell it?
SEFARIAH.
Slowly. S-E?
SEFARIA.
F-A-R.
SEFARIA. Sfaria.com. Yeah, and the other one is Alatorah. I'll put it onto the group. Raf, I'm going to send you an email later, and I'll put it on there for you.
Thank you very much. You see, You never. I thought I know everything. I don't know.
We're not going to let you off the hook.
Okay,
we
so what I
challenging-
want tonight, just to give a little bit of introduction about the book and about the writer, and so I'll make certain notes. The book of Mishlei is referred to as a book of wisdom. It is, there are, as you know, the Tanakh has got his Tanakh. What is a Tanakh? Rashi Tevot. What do you say, Rashi Tevot? For Beverly, Rashi Tevot. What's it? Felicia, מה זה ראשי תיבות?
Abbreviation.
No, ראשי תיבות, heading.
I know it's the first letters of each word. I
Just letters.
can't remember the word. I
So,
can't
ראשי
remember.
תיבות of Emet, Book of Shiur, Mishlei, and Tehillim. They are the three books which are considered to be, as you know, the Bible has got Torah, Nevi'im, Ktuvim. The Torah, the 5 books of Moses, what we say, of Moshe, the Torah. Then we've got the books, the section of Nevi'im, what we call the prophets. And then, which is called Ktuvim, in English we say the writings. So Mishlei is the one of the book of the writings of Ktuvim. The word mashal in the English translation is proverbs. This side starts. Mishlei Shlomo ben David Melech Israel, in my English translation, says the Proverbs of Shlomo, the son of David, king of Israel. And so we know about Shlomo HaMelech, the Solomon, the king. He was the son of David. But the translation to say Proverbs is not completely correct, because it's got we find that the word mashal or mishlei also in this book. We know usually what is a proverb. You have got something which actually illustrates or put something to understand through that what is behind it. But in the context that we have in Tanakh, mashal can also mean a short statement which not necessarily is exact moshel, exact proverb, but something that has got a meaning, has got a meaning of something great, but not necessarily as we understand the proverb. Proverb Yoshe Mashal gives you something to illustrate exact thing, but here it's not completely, so it doesn't matter. As the first verse is talking, which I read, it related the book to King Solomon, who was, as we know, the son of King David. The Midrash says that King Solomon actually was crowned with three crowns: wealth, honor, and wisdom, which we find it in the Bible, which I'll read to you from the Bible, quotations to show about his richness. One second. In the book of Kings, Kings 1, Melachim Aleph, it's written a little bit about Shlomo. What's it? That's 16. One second. There is a story about a dream that King Solomon five. Yeah. And King Menachem, Kings 1, chapter 5, the whole chapter is the subject of King Solomon when he became a king, and he had to, the whole first chapters is certain challenges that he had to face. It's interesting for you to read. By the way, any one of you has got, have you got the Bible in English that you can actually read things in English? You've got Tanakh in English?
We've got the Mishlei in English.
You have Mishlei in English. But
Not
by
a book. We've got it printed from Svaria.
Okay, but I'm talking about the Bible, Tanakh in English. It's interesting to read a little bit of the history of the kingdom. So I want to read to you a passage, what he says, in place which called Gibeon, Hashem appeared to Shlomo in a dream by night. And Hashem said, ask what I shall give you. Shlomo said, you have shown great faithful love to your servant, which means David, my father, according as he walked before you in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with you, and you have kept for him this great faithful love, and you has given him a son to sit on your throne, as it is this day. And now he called to Hashem O Hashem, my God, you has made the servant king instead of David, my father. Now we're talking to himself about himself, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out of or come in. And your servant is in the midst of your people, which you have chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered or counted for multitude. Give therefore your servant an understanding how to judge the people, that I may discern between good and evil. For who is able to judge this you're so great a people? And it pleased Hashem that Shlomo had asked this thing, and God said to him, because you have asked this thing, and hasn't asked for yourself long life, neither has asked riches for yourself, nor you ask the life, nor as you ask the life of your enemies, but as asked for yourself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to your words. Lo, I have given you a wise and understanding heart, so that there has been none like you before you, nor after this shall any rise like you. And I have also given you that which you has not asked, both riches and honor. So there shall not be any among the kings like you all your days. And if you will walk in my ways, to keep my statutes and my commandments, as your father David did walk, then I will lengthen your days. So this is the introduction. How Shlomo asked Hashem to give him understanding, and because, as it's written, Hashem said to him, you didn't ask for riches, you didn't ask just to get wisdom how to lead and judge the people. I will give you also wealth, richness, and honor, kavod. So when I said that Shlomo Melech had richness, honor, and wisdom, we see the famous story, the Shlomo Melech, how he judged with wisdom, the story which is in chapter, also Kings 1, chapter 5, just a minute. Now, on this chapter, the continuation of what I read to you, I think the whole chapter is very, very crucial to understand Shlomo Melech. There is a whole story of his life, which he had later on all challenges from his own family, but there are, he says, this was a dream, what I read to you. Then the text continues, verse 15. And Shlomo, what he had a dream. Then the text says, Shlomo woke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Yerushalayim and stood before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. and offered up burnt offerings and offered peace offerings and made a feast to all his servants. Then came there two women that wore harlots to the king and stood before him. And the one woman said, "Oh, my lord, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass that the third day after I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also. And we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we two in the house. And this woman's child died in the night, because she lay upon it. And she arose at midnight and took my son from beside me, while the handmaid slept, and laid in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. And when I rose in the morning to give my child a suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had looked closely at it in the morning, behold, it was not my son that I did bear. And the other woman said, No, but the living child is my son, and the dead one is your son. And this said, No, but the dead one is your son, and the living son is my son. Thus they spoke before the king. Then said the king, The one said, It is my son that lives, and the son is the dead. And the other says, No, but your son is dead, and my son is living. And the king said, Bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, Divide the living child in two, and give half to the one, and half to the other. Then spoke the woman who child was the living one to the king, for her love was inclined towards the son, and she said, Oh my lord, give her the living child, but don't slay it. But others said, Let it be neither mine nor yours, but divide it. Then the king answered, and he said, Give her the giving child, and do not slay it. She is its mother. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of Hashem was in him to do judgment. So King Shlomo was king of all of Israel. You heard about the story?
Yeah, we heard about it.
Yes.
You learn in school about it? No?
Even
Yes.
after school.
Okay, so this is what I read, show about his wisdom. How Shlomo Melech judged with wisdom. So we had wealth, chokhmah, wisdom, and also there is a text to say how his wisdom went over the world, and people came from all over to honor him, etc., etc. Shlomo Melech, it is, we are told, that he wrote 3 books. One is Mishlei, the other one is Shiur, sing of songs, and the third one is Kohelet. Shiur, we read in Shul on Pesach. Mishlei we don't read, but Kohelet we read in Sukkot. So I couldn't find it now, but I remember that somewhere it's written, Chazal tell us, that in his young days, Shlomo HaMelech wrote Shir HaShirim. As you know, Shir HaShirim is talking about the about the love of a woman and a man, which this is the moshel, this is the proverb, an example to speak about, to express the love between Hashem and the Jewish people. Hashem is like the man, and the Jewish people the women. And this is the motive which describes in Shir HaShirim. So the Gemara said this word was young. When he grew up to be middle-aged as a man, then he wrote Mishlei, the one that we please God about to study and learn, which speaks about wisdom, philosophy, as we will see. And Chazal tell us when he became older, with all what he experienced and looks back the life and the world, then he wrote the book of Kohelet, which actually is very pessimistic about the world. Evel Avalim Amar Kohelet, the things is in a very pessimistic way. So this is what we know about Shlomo, his wisdom, and what he wrote. This book, Mishlei, as we will see, please God, as we go along, is mainly tries to educate or gives ways of education, how to educate youngsters, and they guide teachers and parents how to guide their children when they grow. In the chapter 25 in Mishlei is mentioned that it seems to be that people in later stage, the time of Chizkiyahu HaMelech, they actually wrote or copied the book. They, according to the commentaries, Shlomo HaMelech didn't write this as a book. Could be very well that he made statements, verses which were not into one collection, and the later stage, the scholars in the time of Chizkiyahu, they completed or collected all the statements which are maybe there were some in writing or some that was verbally spoken, and they maybe explain this, and they actually put together this book and written for the generation to come. There is an interesting thing in the Gemara and Shabbos. On one hand, we see, and as we see, we will see, please God, that Shlomo HaMelech tries to, as I said, to educate and to give guides in life. But Chazal, it says, they actually wanted to take the book and to put it in Gneza. It's to store it, that people should not read it, because Chazal found that there is a contradiction between some, what you say in the book, some which seem to contradict each other. However, it was decided at the end that depends in which connection or in which context where the two things which seem to be contradicting each other, that it is reconciled and there was nothing actually that it was not to be published and spreading to the people. So this is what the book is about.
Rav, there's only 2.5 minutes.
I'm going to finish with this sentence, because today I only thought to discuss an introduction that we should know about the book, about the writer of the book, and Mirza Hashem, if you can, maybe Elisha can show you where you can print the text, that you'll have a text, Beverly, that she can, you can give to the people, right, where they can find the English text, that we can actually use a text that each of you would have in front of you. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
So with this, I'm going to say goodbye and good Shabbos. Today is Tuesday.
Shabbos.
And
Kodesh Tov, Kodesh Tov.
Chodesh
Kodesh
Tov.
Tov,
It's a
yes,
good month.
Kodesh Tov.
We say Hallel. And don't forget, we also count the Omer. Tonight we counted the 15th day, 2 weeks and a day. So it's a very special time between Pesach and Shavuot that we are counting towards Shavuot, the time that the Torah was given to us. So let us hope to hear good news, especially, I'm sure you don't know, and you know what's going on all the world, not only in Israel, the anti-Semitism which spread out. I believe that in South Africa, in the street, you don't have it, like in America or in Europe and so on. Although,
Baruch Hashem, we don't have it.
Baruch Hashem, and I hope that will continue, although the government put a claim to the international court about Israel, and there is a lot of things going. But let us say that, what do you say? והקדוש ברוך הוא מציל